Hello and welcome to the front-end web development track for the July cohort. My name is Glory Anolifa and I'll be your instructor and your mentor for this course. This course is going to last for a length of 6 weeks and is strictly for beginners. Well, I'm sure you've received the syllabus by now, and for Module 1, we'll be dealing with the foundations of web development. In this class today, we'll be understanding the underlying architecture of the web and how HTML, CSS, and JavaScript come together to create a functional website. So let's get right into it. All right, let's understand what web architecture is. So when we say web architecture, it's more like how the web is built. So the web's underlying architecture consists of several key components and technologies that work together to deliver and display web content to users. So let's understand what a website is. A website is like a digital book that you can read on a computer or phone. It has pages, pictures, and buttons that you can click. Let me show you a very good example of what a website is. So when you go to ezs.com, you're going to notice that there are a bunch of things going on this web page. You can't touch it or feel it. It's more like abstract. But then you can interact with this page. If you choose that you want to buy a course here, you can just click on this button and then you do what you need to do. Whether or not you want to visit any pages on this website, you can do that. So what we want to understand is how these websites are built, right? So now that we understand what a website is, how do we build website? So building a website, just like when you go to the kitchen, you need a pot to cook, you need spoon, you need some, equipment in the kitchen in order to make your food. All right. That is how we need tools to make a website. So what are the tools that we need to make a website? They include HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Each of these tools we're going to understand in a bit. So HTML is just a short form or an abbreviation for hypertext markup language. All right. So let's look at the next slide. So hey websites are not possible without me. So without HTML, you cannot have a website because HTML is like the structure or the skeleton of a website. It's just like you're trying to build a house. You need to start with the foundation. HTML is the foundation of any website. But when it comes to CSS, which is another tool for making websites, what it does is that it makes your website look nice. Remember when I went to ezs.com, you notice how there are colors, there are pictures, and all of that going on in the website. So CSS helps to size up everything and make it look nice. You see how the navbar have relevant spaces and margins. So let's look at JavaScript. So what JavaScript does is it makes things move and respond. So remember when I visited the website, you can choose that you want to click on this button. All right, so when you over here, you see that the color changes. I click on this button and it takes you or routes you to a new page on that website. So that's what JavaScript does. It makes the website move. It removes that static ability of the website and makes it more interactive. So when users come to your website, they can click on several places and be able to do stuff on your website and not just come to view your page or to view your website. So that is what JavaScript does. All right, next in line, let's look at the next slide for this class. So putting everything together, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript make your website. So you look at HTML, it's just a stylish skeleton with nothing on it, it's not looking all fancy. But with CSS, you start seeing fancy stuff, fancy animations, style and niceness are coming into it. And then you look at JavaScript making it interactive. You can see now that the skeleton can now move, like, oh, I'm moving my hands up and down like that. So that's what JavaScript does. So we need to put everything together in order to create a website. So I don't not want to make this class very long. So in the next slide or in the next class, you're going to build a basic website using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. That way you can begin to understand how to write HTML, how to write CSS, and how to write a little bit of JavaScript. See you on the other side.